up two gargantuans on the Xbox side. Mike, what can we expect from these two?
I think we're going to expect some big moments. This is going to be one of those matches where I'm expecting small margins to separate them in crucial moments. Last time they played, we saw Dossary get the W, and I know that Tekks is not happy about that. He remembers that, and he wants this rematch, and it gives him an opportunity to get back to a console final. And I know he's obviously the best on the Xbox in terms of points, but at the same time, you definitely want to end up first place at the tournaments, not just racking up points as the most consistent. You want to get back to your winning ways. We haven't seen him win something since Bucharest outside of the 2-on-2 with the E-Club World Cup.
And we have kickoff here in the Xbox final. On one side, we have F2Tekks wearing the red of Liverpool, the favorite #1 in the world on Xbox. But Rogue MSDossary not far behind him, representing Saudi Arabia. And the last two times that they met, first at the LQE Bucharest in December, Tekks beat Dossary 7-3. And then at the Gfinity Major, it was the other way around. The first warning shot fired there from F2Tekks, but it's dealt well by Dossary's defense. Anyway, in the last game, MSDossary beating Tekks 4-3. So could we have two consecutive wins from Dossary over Tekks? And there's a great shot on target, trying to go to the far post, but De Gea pushes it wide. And then from a narrow angle, R9 tries to squeeze it under the legs of De Gea. It's another save. So two early chances right away. We haven't even been able to catch our breath, and we're only in minute 8.
And in that previous bout, it was separated by a set piece where Dossary whipped it across. And that's what I'm talking about with those small margins. And I'm actually expecting this game to potentially be, hold on. Oh,
Ronaldo's hit it inside the box. De Gea had a touch, but he wasn't able to usher the ball wide. Rogue MSDossary with a 1-0 lead over F2Tekks. Chances on both ends. But it's the man from Saudi Arabia who makes his first chance of the game count. Drama right away here in Atlanta.
And this should make the matchup very open. We're not going to have a standstill. We're not going to be sitting back where one player or both players are trying to absorb that pressure and counterattack. I think we're going to be in store for a back and forth matchup here. And especially an early opening goal is crucial for seeing multiple goals on display today.
The 17-year-old Donovan Hunt, a.k.a. F2Tekks. He hasn't gotten further than the semifinal in the last 3 individual tournaments. He did win the Club World Cup when he partnered with Nicholas, and he is under pressure here. The El Tornado cross to the back post. And the goalkeeper, De Gea, off of his line and out of his box to clear away the danger. Needs to regroup. Tekks has been down goals before in this tournament. He has bounced back every single time. 3-0 in the Swiss rounds. And he has beaten everyone since on the path to the Xbox final. Back heel from Ronaldo. Vieira inside to CR7. Ferdinand cuts it out. Now Hullet. Neymar, look at the pressure.
And both these players love to attack via the wings, and whether that's whipping in crosses or cutting inside with skill moves or just traditional passes, they like to start their attacks out wide. So it might be the battle of who's going to be the best wing player.
We talked about it before the start of the FUT 19 Champions Cup, that a rematch between MSDossary and Tekks is what the people wanted all the way. Here's Hullet for Tekks, finds Mbappe. Just trying to create room in the final third. Vieira to R9, edge of the box here. Can he find some space to whip the ball in? He's going around 2. Vieira spins it by another one. Neymar inside the box. Hullet reads it well. And MSDossary the other way. CR7 putting on the brakes.
Very patient play there from F2Tekks. He's already created 4 or 5 opportunities in this match. He might feel unlucky as well. De Gea got a hand on the Dossary finish. He might feel like he should be at least equal in this bout thus far.
Great passing here from MSDossary, and Mbappe is trying to go across the box. He had CR7 making that streaking run at the far post, and it's read well by Tekks. Now looking for that long ball over the top, but it does look like Ramos has the advantage there, a few steps ahead of Mbappe.
Another impressive read there from Tekks, scooting the goalkeeper. He knew that he made a mistake down the wing, and he's able to cover up the cross.
Concentration on the faces of both F2Tekks and Rogue MSDossary. And you talked about it, Mike. Current patch maybe favors Dossary in a lot of these matches, given his methodical passing style of play. Tekks, though, with all the skill moves as we've seen in this tournament.
Neither of these players really lack anything. They give you a balanced package in terms of able to do everything on the pitch, whether you need the skills, the passing, the defense, the possession, you name it, they're capable.
Ronaldo, little drag back, but Ferdinand cuts it out. Trying to go the other way. He's got a run being made in space by CR7, but he's quickly closed down by Virgil van Dijk. Ronaldo just cuts back to the inside and back to the midfield. The two holding midfielders of Vieira and Hulle combining. Now Neymar, edge of the box, trying to go out wide to Mbappe. Quick passing here from Dossary. R9. Hulle. Mbappe. Marcelo. And Tekks wins it back. We're expecting it to be end-to-end. Does Ronaldo have a step on? He fakes the shot, and he goes back outside to R9. Hulle now. Mbappe on his left, Neymar on his right. Neymar, first time shot, De Gea parries it wide for a corner.
Can't get through that, De Gea.
Corner, near post. Ramos wins the header. R9. The pressure is on from Tekks. Remember that F2Tekks has qualified for all 11 events that he has been eligible for. He is the master of consistency. That's why he's #1 in the standings and with the Global Series points. And came into this as the tournament favorite. But first, to get to the cross-console final, he's got to get by a very good player in Rogue MSDossary, who just beat his compatriot, the Royal. That was in the Xbox semifinals. Tekks beat Vivi Cafolo 5-1 in the round of 16, beat Felipe in the quarters. Neymar to Hulle, now Dossary making his way into the final third, wearing the blue of Rogue. Neymar inside to Ronaldo, second chance is in, and he's got a 2-0 lead. And it's been called off because of an offside. What a tight call. Dossary was celebrating. And how surprised would you have been? 2-0 up against Xbox's #1. We've seen Tekks go down 2-0 in his last game, and he came back in that one.
Also, it would have been against the run of play. I would say that Tekks has had more of the possession here. He's also had more of the chances. A lot of half chances, though. Not too many that have been clear-cut. But at the same time, Tekks definitely deserves a goal in this. He doesn't deserve to go 1-0 down heading into halftime. But it is all about being clinical. And it's kind of funny, actually. This is the same path that Dossary took when he won the event at Gfinity earlier this year. Exact same route where he beat Royal in the semis, and then he also beat Tekks into the finals before going into the cross console and crowning himself, technically.
We're heading into the second half between Tekks and Dossary. A slender 1-0 lead from the Saudi Arabian, who's just behind Tekks in the standings. Whoever wins faces the Portuguese Tugo. Says that he's never played either one of these two players, and he says he's never held an Xbox controller. Is it mind games? Or is it truth? Here's a good chance from Tekks. Far post, and he doesn't miss from there. It's the Team of the Year, CR7, and it's a low-driven shot going across goal. 1-1.
Quality build-up, and he had to take this first time. If he took a touch, no doubt about it, he would have been tackled. The shot would have been blocked. Had to take it first time, and he does indeed, and he has the equalizer. 48th minute, and we're seeing another F2Tekks comeback.
We heard from Dan Gaskin before that Tekks has won in both the patches that we've seen this year. Only 4 players have lifted the FUT Champions Cup trophy in history. And one of these looking to become a player who's done it 3 times. That's what's facing Tekks. Neymar, first time shot. And it's just wide of the mark. Looking for the near post. Was he trying to get the goalkeeper to cheat to the other side?
Absolutely. I was just going to say, the reason he shot near post there is because he figured that Tekks was going to move the goalkeeper across the body. And that's that mind game that we're talking about with moving those goalkeepers. Mbappe on the wing.
Creativity and the ability to innovate. That's what's been said about Tekks, as he has another chance with the cross in the box, but Dossary looked to break the other way on the counter. Ramos reading that ball really well. Now Neymar. Some fancy footwork. We saw a croqueta there, and there's a shot just wide, and Tekks thought he had that. You can see the expression on his face. He was ready to celebrate.
And that play was so much more intricate than what it may look like at home, where you see him use a fake body feint in order to see if he can bait the defender in making a tackle or backing off.
Have you noticed this from Tekks, that it seems like when he uses skill moves, they tend to be in combination. It's never just one, it's 2, 3 at a time. A flurry of skill moves to get room, and it's always for a purpose.
At the professional level, you often will throw out an early skill move to see if you can set up your secondary skill move. You need to be able to make the defender react. Whether that's him stepping towards you or stepping off, it tells you what you need to do next.
Just saw the half track there from R9 when you take a step back and then burst forward, trying to just bamboozle your marker and create space to send the cross in. 61st minute, 1-1 between Tekks and Rogue MSDossary. You're watching the FUT 19 Champions Cup. This is the Xbox final. We have one game to go after this. The winner goes to the cross console against Tuga, the Portuguese player, and a surprise player to go all the way. Here's Neymar, chance for Vieira inside, and De Gea makes a critical stop on R9. It was just at the edge of the 6. Now corner swung in, and nearly fell to Ronaldo there.
And credit to MSDossary. When you see those types of opportunities, and Dossary moved the goalkeeper way beforehand. He looks like a hero, though, when you guess early and it works for you. And vice versa, you look like you misplayed everything and you're not on the same page if he shoots the other side of the goal and is just wide open for a tap in.
So many times during this competition, Texas started slowly, but then he's picked himself up. He's already had 2 very nice comebacks when he was losing more than 2 goals. He's gone on to win every single one of those games. And will he do it now? He was down a goal early to MSDossary. He's already put 1 on the scoreline. Looking for more now with the 2 Ronaldos combining. Ramos, the makeshift right back, very much part of the meta.
And the best skillers in FIFA, and I would consider F2Tekks to be a skiller. Of course, they have the ability with those skill moves, but they are reactive. And then outside of being reactive, you also have instinctive habits that are positive habits. What skills go together, how to combine them, what to look for on the pitch. You don't have to think about it. You know, okay, this guy's defending with that fullback or that center back. I know how to attack him. Oh, he's chasing back with one of the center defensive mids. I know how to attack that space. As we see in offsides. 75th minute.
And here is a pause. Let's talk about the changes. Early on in the tournament, Tekks said he went to a 4-4-2, and that helped him mount a comeback. See there, 4-2-3-1. That seems to be a favorite formation in this tournament by the pros.
You're going to see 4-2-3-1 on 4-2-3-1 unless somebody's forced to switch. And Tekks has been extremely dominant in this match. I know it's 1-1, but in terms of chance creation and just controlling the match in terms of the possession, Tekks has definitely been the more dominant player.
Ball out wide here from Dossary, CR7, but he's closed down by Hullet. There's a double team from Marcelo, so he plays it back inside to Modric. Nearly pulled it off there. The cross intended for Lionel Messi at the near post. You don't expect Messi to win a lot of those headers at 5'7" or so. Virgil van Dijk, brilliantly timed sliding challenge there from Dossary. Now Vieira switching flanks to the left back, Marcelo. Hullet, quick passing interchange, Mbappe to Neymar. The 2 Paris Saint-Germain players finding each other once again. Now here's Mbappe, lifts it up over the top to try to find R9. And the goalkeeper they has to come out and punch it. Maybe it leads to a counter now. No, he resets possession to Dossary. Playing it safe, 1-1. And do you expect maybe a more cagey affair given what's at stake?
Heading into the second leg, absolutely, unless one of these players breaks the game wide open, which would force tactical adjustments, force someone to be more aggressive.
Ball out for a throw-in, Pelé. Dossary in the blue of Rogue. Pelé to Hullet. A little bit of space at the edge of the box. There's Modric, first time ball, and there's a little Fake pass to just try to twist and turn around the defender from CR7. Now Neymar the other way. Ronaldo back to Neymar. One consistency has been Mbappe, Cristiano, and R9. We've seen those three in every single team so far. Speaking of metas, the player that either one of these two will face Tuga in the final uses a 4-4-2, more of a defensive player, counter-attacking, doesn't take as many risks is what some of the pros have told him.
I hope that he's trolling us about never touching an Xbox controller.
I'm sure he's touched one. He says he's never used one. Might have caressed one. Who knows if it's mind games or not, just to try to downplay Tuga, the Portuguese player who has knocked out some very good players, including #1 PS4 ranked Nicolas, who bowed out of the competition early. Remember, Nicolas partnered with Tekks.
And Tekks is looking to put together one final attack. He doesn't want to leave any time left on the clock for Dossary to be able to counter.
Still 90 minutes or maybe even more as we have 2 legs to go to the cross-console final. So much at stake. There's a shot from Mbappe, and De Gea gets down so quickly, and he's just able to do it enough to send it out for a corner. There's the corner, there's the header, and he's done it. Tekks explodes, and he's gotten the lead. 2-1 in the 93rd minute as we head into the second leg. Last chance of the game. Dosary's played well, but Ronaldo does what he does so well, winning those aerial battles.
Near post headers on near post headers on near post headers. You're going to see that on corner kicks, and Dosary's not going to have enough time to attack from kickoff. And that's the end of leg 1. 2-1 for Tekks. Nips it at the end. Great for momentum heading into the second leg.
This is the match that so many wanted. Tekks and Dossary. They've already produced a few thrilling games, but the last time they met, it was Dossary who beat Tekks. And all the nerves. It's been 3 long days for both of these players. Mentally, are you shot at this point? You know that you're about to go potentially into a game where there's a 50,000 prize pool at the end of this rainbow, which happens to land in Atlanta.
They're not even thinking about money right now. I promise you. They just want to get through this game. And both of these players are so complete in terms of being able to play up the middle, play down the wings. They can play fast. They can play slow. They both have understandings of multiple formations and a variety of different tactics to apply to those formations. So this is far from over. 2-1 is just the beginning, my friends.
Well, Tekks has his family in attendance, nervously looking on. Dossary's got his posse of rogue players and managers and fitness coaches, trainers. They go way deep at Rogue, and he will need something special here in the second leg. He just needs to make up a 1-goal advantage. MSDossary, who's put in so many good performances on the defensive end and also going forward in this tournament. Will we see a more offensive style now from him in the second leg, or will he wait maybe until the final moments, maybe the second half?
He didn't defend amazing in that game. He gave up 10, 11 chances. Some of them were half chances from Tekks, but Tekks definitely made a lot more chances than Dossary in that matchup. I'm expecting to see Dossary maybe instrument the offside trap a little bit more and potentially see a little more pressure play even before going into maybe the second half of the second leg. So even as the game is basically at 2-1, just to change the pace a little bit, a different vibe.
Well, Dossary's hydration game always on point. He's taken off the label, still waiting for a water sponsor. And he will go now into the second leg against F2Tekks, the #1 ranked player from Xbox. This is to go all the way to the cross-console final. Who will face Tuga? The player who just knocked off #1 ranked PS4 player Nicolas. So many points at stake and so much money at stake. Maybe we'll see a few adjustments. Dossary's known for being a master at changing things up during the course of a game. Very methodical player, good passer as well. And Tekks, as he's had throughout the tournament, just seems to have that X factor with his skill move usage and creating space, winning those one-on-one battles.
He's a dynamic attacker, and he does such a great job of combining what's happening in the meta, whether that is low-driven shots, time finishing, outside of the box finesse shots when that was the thing pre-patch, and then also adding his bit of swag, so to speak, with the skill moves and some of the breakdowns and some of the creativity and the 1-2s to open up that space.
Here we go. Second game. Everything to play for. It's the Xbox final. It's Tekks on one side wearing the red of Liverpool, and MSDossary of Rogue wearing the dark blue. Whoever goes through faces the Portuguese player Tuga, who said in the interview earlier with K. Murray that he has never faced either one of these two players. Is that an advantage?
I'm not sure if it's an advantage or a disadvantage at this point. As long as Tuga doesn't put anybody on a pedestal, he should be good. I don't think he's going to do that. He just beat Nicholas. And Nicholas easily the favorite on the PlayStation side, the Iceman. We never go against him. You saw us on the analyst desk. Everybody said Nicholas. But that did not distract Tuga from his game plan, and it was an effective game plan, and he got that W. He's sitting in the final. He needs to perform on the PlayStation side, though, because he cannot lose his home console. Whether he might be trolling us a little bit in terms of never touching an Xbox controller, surely he's not on an Xbox very often. I think most of us can agree there. He just doesn't seem like a liar.
Well, only 4 players have lifted the FUT Champions Cup trophy in the history of competitive FIFA as this tournament grows in popularity.
So to answer your question, he's going against number 1 or number 2 on the Xbox side. I don't think he cares which guy he plays. He's not getting an easy matchup either way. Tuga's sitting there, he's watching this, he's doing some research, maybe taking some notes, but most importantly he has to apply. Most importantly, he needs to play his game and not necessarily apply what they're doing. You can see if they're making some habits, but it's always important to use your game plan and try to make your opponent adjust to you. That'll always be an advantage.
Well, MSDossary, the current E-World Cup champion, has a little bit of work to do here as we go into the second leg at the FUT 19 Champions Cup in Atlanta.
It's not a new position for him. Both these guys are main event players. They're always on the big stage. They've been ahead, they've been behind, and they always seem to get the job done.
Mike, have you felt like one of these two players has either strengthened or weakened from the new patch and, of course, the new meta?
This is the first major that we've had with the post-patch. So this has all been on display for us at this event of which players are really showing that they've adjusted and which guys are showing that they maybe aren't on that next level or that next step just yet. I think that the new patch helps Dossari's playstyle, but I feel like with what Tekks has been able to kind of showcase, that it hasn't affected him in a negative way at all. People always bring up those questions, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, where they say, oh, you're scoring all these shots from outside the box. That's all you can do. We talked about this with Ajax Danny. But Ajax Danny performed in this event. He looked good. He could adjust. He can adapt. And I feel like a lot of people from the community, they want to say, I don't think so. I think he's going to be one-dimensional. And guys that are successful every single year in FIFA, they're never one-dimensional. This isn't the first time we've seen patches. This isn't their first title or their first installment playing FIFA. These guys have a lot of experience and a lot of success for a reason.
Here we go, Mike LaBelle, the second leg of the Xbox final between Dossary and Tekks. It's a 2-1 aggregate lead for F2Tekks over the Saudi Arabian Dossary. F2Tekks going from right to left in the Liverpool red, and he's the one in possession now. So much talent available to these players. We've seen a mixture of icons and Team of the Year cards, a few changes depending on the players, but normally it is between the same pool of the very best players that are available. A mixture of past and present, and that's exactly what both these two have gone with, as you see Vieira and Hullet linking up with the likes of R9, Neymar, and CR7. Here is Neymar. Vieira, the defensive-minded midfielder who often intercepts so many passes when he drops back. CR7, heel to heel. Didn't get what he wanted, so he goes back to Vieira. Neymar, double team there. Hullet, pass outside the box. Mbappe gets rid of his marker. Pass out wide, trying to go across goal with Neymar, and it's deflected from Ferdinand. Now Hullet the other way. Dossary, his first touch of the second leg. He's got to play cool. We've seen him being able to reset possession, to build up slowly, to play vertically if needed. Almost like a chameleon, being able to adapt to any situation that's been thrown at him in this tournament.
And both MSDossary and F2Tekks do a wonderful job of mixing up their defensive choices, from playing aggressive to playing passive. They like to interject both in every single game at different moments, and that's when you see some of the offside traps or even tactical adjustments on the fly.
Here's Vieira to Ramos, who's at right back. Virgil van Dijk. Maybe not a first choice for a lot of the pros, but he is for Dossary, so maybe some other people should take notice.
Much more build-up play here from Dossary compared to the first leg.
As the rest of Texas team drops back a little bit deeper. All 11 men in their own box. Marcelo, Neymar, and Ferdinand wins it back. Here's Hullet. And now Tex is just trying to build up slowly. Technically, time would be on his side. He's got the 1-goal aggregate lead here in the Xbox final. Last time these two faced each other, Dossary won. Before that, Tex won. Hullet. Kylian Mbappe. Future Ballon d'Or winner. Heard it here first. CR7, Vieira. Sergio Ramos, not going to expect to see too much trickery from him. Hullet. Mbappe just trying to maybe get one of those defenders to move and create the space to go forward. Hullet. Vieira, there's no way forward here for Dossary. He's just waiting for the right pass to open up. Again, Hullet to Vieira. Now Neymar, now he's getting closer. First time shot, Ronaldo to Neymar. And that was close. And that would have tied it up on aggregate. But Dossary now growing into the game. That's a good ball, and it's a save from De Gea, who denies Ronaldo.
Tex has to be careful. We're seeing a much different MS Dossary from the first leg.
How about that goalkeeper movement? Shifted De Gea, expecting Dossary to go that post. Now De Gea punching that ball out wide, but it's an onslaught now from MS Dossary. He's doing everything right in the final third to maintain possession.
This is vintage or classic MS Dossary, where he just overwhelms you with bodies, and you can't get it off of him. He's got all the possession play. He's in your final third. Granted, Tex has been absorbing some of that pressure. He's looking to hit maybe some of the counters. He's definitely dropping back more now than he did in the first game. He does have the 1-goal advantage, though.
Yep, now Tex is trying to take a little bit of the sting out of the game, maybe, and slow down the pace. He was under fire there for a few minutes, but he's worked his way into the final third. It's offside. Bit of annoyance on the face of Tex there. Thought he had a perfect high arcing through ball to release one of his attackers. Here's the quick passing again from the Saudi Arabian Ronaldo. It's read beautifully by Marcelo, but Ronaldo's still able to find through. There's a little bit of a trickery there. 5-star skill move. Seen the tornado a few times already between these two. Ramos. Ronaldo to Vieira.
A bit more of an unorthodox El Tornado, which tells you that MS Dossary is trying to find new ways to get in behind, to get into the box, to disrupt and make it difficult for Tex to defend the options he's bringing to him.
Yeah, he thought about the shot. He's got it back, Ronaldo, and it takes another deflection off from Virgil van Dijk, out for a corner. And he's going to go near post to CR7, who's so lethal in the air. His jumping ability, his height at 6'2", and of course that heading accuracy. All helping out and winning a lot of those 50-50s. First time finesse shot, it seemed like there from Mbappe. Timed, of course. Ronaldo now to Neymar. Back to CR7. Neymar outside of the boot, through ball, but Ramos cuts back inside to bail out the defenders. Hullet. Dossary back on the ball with Vieira streaking forward, and it's a bit of a heavy pass out wide to Mbappe. Mbappe now. Vieira, watch out here. There's a shot, it's in from Vieira. He's not the likeliest of goal scorers. And there's the man he knocked out earlier. The Royal going bonkers, celebrating for Dossary, who has just made it 2-2 against Tex. And it's Patrick Vieira going for power, top corner, Mike.
Looks like it takes a deflection, perhaps, of Virgil van Dijk or Rio Ferdinand, one of the center backs. We just don't see Vieira scoring goals from there often. And it all started from a mistake from F2Tekks on a clearance. And that's what we're talking about with some of these minor or small margins, shall we say, when you're in the finals. You can't get it. You can't recover from little mistakes. They always cost you goals.
The fourth official has indicated.
All right, then, we are just about to go to the halftime whistle, 2-2. We expected this game to deliver drama and goals between two fabulous players, and Dossary looking for the slight upset. Now R9 into the box, and Tekks with a quick response. Tekks' family showing plenty of emotion, but it's a poker face from Tekks as he gets a goal to make it 3-2 on aggregate just before the halftime, and it's Neymar with the low driven.
And we've seen MSDossary move the goalkeeper, and he anticipated correctly. This is one of those situations where Tekks, the corner of his eye, saw the goalkeeper scoot wide open, pass it into the back of the net, halftime. Still up 1 goal on aggregate.
Are you not entertained? We are at the FUT 19 Champions Cup. We are witnessing two fabulous players going head-to-head between number 1 on Xbox and MSDossary, who's right behind him. And this is to go to the cross-console final against the Portuguese player Tuga, who just knocked out number 1 on PS4, Nicholas, in an upset. And it's going to be Tekks in possession to start us off here in the second half. This is the second game as well. Everything to play for. These next 45 minutes will decide plenty. Remember, we can go to extra time and penalties if Dossary gets another goal.
Still a lot of time left here. You don't have to make any abrupt changes. You can keep doing what you've been doing. The first half was very even. I think it's a little early as well for Tekks to start trying to kill off the game. You want to have possession with your attack, but he still needs to go forward.
Ronaldo's got space. Beautiful there to burn his defender, Marcelo. Mike can't handle it.
Oh.
And neither can Dossary. First time effort there from R9, just goes wide.
That Elastico opened up so much space. It caught MSDossary off guard from the wing.
Elastico, of course, one of the most beautiful skill moves, 4-star skill move. It always looks pretty, though, when you got the 5-star skill moves, even in real life. Few players look goofy as heck trying the Elastico, and some make it look easy. It was Dino who made it look so simple.
I feel like Mateo's talking about me. My Elastico does not look good.
Yeah, that's absolutely not the case. Mbappe now for Dossary. Marcelo. And he's closed down by Sergio Ramos, the omnipresent defender who has been a rock for everyone at the back, whether he's a center back or fullback. If you're watching this, if you can afford him, go buy him.
That was smart play there from F2Tekks. He could have went with an over-the-top through ball, but he decided to recycle, to reset, to hold the ball up a little bit more.
Give and go between the two PSG players. Mbappe, the tornado cross, the header! Wow. Tekks has done it!
Wow. Oh, man. The reason that that's so special, everyone would have gone to the left in terms of where they're trying to score this header, but instead, Tekks is anticipating the goalkeeper's going to move. He goes the other direction. He's out of position. David De Gea can't get to it, and he extends his lead. Incredible.
Not even close from David De Gea, and this is an uphill task for Dossary. Like climbing Everest now, he's got to get goals back against the number 1 on Xbox, and here's a little player reaction, trying to keep the cool. We have seen this, Mike, I think 3 or 4 times where Tekks has gone down a goal or 2 and come back. Is that all about the mentality?
Absolutely.
Obviously, the skill plays a part of it, but the mentality's massive. Talk to us about that.
To never quit, to never say, oh, man, this is going against me again. To be able to keep that level of focus at the highest level of competitive play. The biggest moments, live on stream, thousands of people watching. The venue here is packed. You don't hear anything because the tension is so high in the room.
Yeah, and at the console final, cross-console final, I want these guys to make some noise. Every single one of these people in the arena. We are at the FUT 19 Champions Cup in Atlanta, Georgia, the Peach State. And we want a few more peaches now in this game. Of course, we are completely neutral. We just want excitement, as we hope you do too. 64th minute, Dossary needs 2 goals, but it is Tekks venturing to the final third. R9 deflected by Ferdinand. Another chance, and it's another goal, and is that what seals it? And is that what sends Tekks to the cross-console final. The #1 player on Xbox delivering the goods yet again.
It's a beautiful read from them, from F2Tekks. Maybe a fortunate bounce, takes it with Neymar. MSDossary thinks that he's going to cut back. He doesn't cut back. He takes one step forward, low-driven pass, taps it home. You can't miss from there. And Dosary's going to have to go for it now. He was already starting to increase that pressure, but when F2Tekks gets the ball, he's going to look to hold on to the ball. He's going to look to start to kill off this game. He still remembers losing to MSDossary in London. Stomping grounds.
Dosary's got plenty of support here. Rogue Goal Machine, Rogue and Razik and his manager are all in attendance, hoping that there's a comeback. This could be it, but Mbappe shoots it straight at De Gea.
Well done on the goalkeeper movement there. That could have been another shift in momentum for us.
This is where Dossary needs to have the best stretch of the year and mount what would be a dramatic comeback. 3 goals now, the difference between F2Tekks and Rogue MSDossary on aggregate. This is to go to the cross-console final where Tuga is waiting for them and maybe holding an Xbox controller for the first time in his life, practicing on it. Ferdinand. Tekks just trying to milk the clock now. Every second that he can waste is a second gained.
And it puts additional pressure on MSDossary to go forward quickly, which forces players often to rush. And when you rush, you're never going to have good feet.
Plenty of room forward now as so many players committed forward for Dossary, and it's another great sliding challenge. Hullet. Tekks trying to kill off the game. He has a 3-goal advantage, but he wants more, just to make sure. And Marcelo, yep, he does win the ball back for a throw-in. Goal Machine now. You figure that every single time he's in possession, he has to get something. There's not that much time left, 13 minutes in game. And good pressure from the front too. It's almost as if Tekks is using the strikers as his first line of defense.
And Tekks is doing a wonderful job just sitting back waiting. He's forcing Dossary to make additional passes. Not giving him any easy lanes.
Great job from Varane stepping up there just to cut out that last attack. Here's a better attack from Mbappe. Pulls it back, Ronaldo. But De Gea makes a save and Tekks breathes a sigh of relief. Felt the danger there. Mbappe switching flanks to Sergio Ramos. CR7 against Marcelo, 2 former teammates. Ronaldo wins it, no foul given. And he continues on, not going to waste his time. A few step overs and beautiful skill again, and he burns Virgil, leaving him in the dust. Seemed like he was going to attempt an El Tornado there. Instead, he kept it on the ground, changed his mind. 85th minute, 5 minutes away from seeing the cross-console final between Tekks and Tuga. Neymar, Mbappe, Hullet. Every touch has to count. Gives it away there. Does Mbappe keep it? Yes, he does. Messi. One of his first involvements in the final third. Modric got a good ball to Neymar. He didn't take the shot originally, and instead he went to the outside and just sends it wide. Should he have taken that first time?
Tekks had already scooted over the goalkeeper. Dossary tried to be clever with the scoop turn to open up more space. And anytime you see players implementing these extra steps, it just tells you how critical the thought process is between them. The battle internally of who's reading the game a little bit quicker.
Last few seconds of game time. And Tekks now looking to go all the way. He just has one more player between him and the trophy. As we're in the final seconds now of the game, and Tekks, one last attack, one last shot. De Gea with a good save. It will not matter. It's a 5-2 win from F2Tekks. #1 on Xbox is going to the cross-console final to take on the Portuguese player, Tuga, and Tekks is feeling it.
He deserved it.
What a performance to knock off MSDossary, who beat him the last time these two played together, and living up to the hype and living up to his ranking as #1, the GOAT.
I mean, if you watch that game, you can rewatch it all you like. Tekks deserved the result. He made the opportunities. He looked better than MSDossary, and he's also impacting the meta.
And Tekks walking off the stage. We have the cross-console final coming up. We're going to break down all the action that we just witnessed on the